A warm welcome once again to this edition of the Morning Call. We start off with former two-time Nigerian Prime Minister Hama Amadou has, through his lawyer, resorted to approaching the ECOWAS Court of Justice to look into what he described as a political witch hunt by the state to bar him from any further political ambitions. The former Prime Minister was tried and sentenced on a child trafficking case. His lawyer cited being arrested unlawfully, violation of his parliamentary immunity, arbitrary imprisonment, being convicted for a non-existent crime, among others, as ordeals suffered in the course of the last 3 years. Hama Amadou has also said that the actions taken against him is silencing political democracy in Niger.
I recall that Hama Amadou was sentenced on the 13th of March to 1 year imprisonment for his alleged involvement in a child trafficking case. 12 hours before the verdict, his lawyers had suspended their participation in the trial in Niamey, saying that a quote from the procedure of their client had not been respected. The main opposition figure was prosecuted for assumption of children, a crime consisting of attributing the maternity of a child to a woman who did not bring him to the world. Smuggling of babies from Nigeria via Benin to wealthy couples in Niger. We are now joined by one of the lawyers of Hama Amadou, François Serres, who is in Dakar, Senegal. Hama Amadou was sentenced to 1 year imprisonment. What are you denouncing on the conviction of your clients? So what we are criticizing the Nigerian justice system about is its partiality, its lack of independence, and especially the fact that since the beginning of this case, the influence the executive has placed on the Nigerian justice system with one aim of eliminating Hama Amadou from the race to presidency, with some sort of success since he was already eliminated during the recent election while he was in prison. This certainly is not a way to fight political opponents, especially when you have a regime which is facing serious financial difficulties. We must be responsible for his assessment and face opponents in a democratic manner. And then today it's happening again, and with an absolutely grotesque conviction on completely made-up facts about an imaginary incrimination, and especially when Hama Amadou is in France for medical reasons, and that he had asked for his return, and this return has not been accepted. And today we actually feel that nothing is possible with the Nigerian justice system. This is the reason why, in front of such exploitation of the judiciary by the executive in Niger, we decided to bring the case before the ECOWAS court.
Nous avons décidé de porter le dossier devant la Cour de la CEDEAO.
You have decided to take the case to the ECOWAS court, as you've said. What are your expectations with this regional court?
Écoutez, nous avons demandé à la Cour de la CEDEAO de vérifier l'ensemble des violations qui ont été constatées.
Listen, we asked the ECOWAS court to check all the violations that were found in this case. That is the violation of parliamentary immunity of Hama Amadou, who is the leader of the opposition, pursued in absolutely scandalous conditions, without guarantee of the procedure, implementation of a completely inexplicable instruction, his arrest while he had absolutely no serious suspicion that justifies an arrest, his arbitrary detention, and then more recently still, an absolutely improbable trial where he is being tried for totally invented facts, for an offense which does not exist, and which his lawyers are forced to leave the courtroom before such negligence of the Nigerian justice system. A last question, and how is Hama Amadou? What is his status, and how is he coping up in this situation? Mr. Amadou has, of course, been extremely affected. For 3 years, he is fighting a judiciary and an executive that is using all the means possible to eliminate him. So he is extremely affected. But he has confidence in the justice of the ECOWAS court, and he has confidence in the fact that this court could finally fulfill his rights and indicate to Niger that actually it is no longer possible to pursue such measures against a political opponent. And we hope, therefore, that all the decisions that were made, including that of depriving him of his civil rights and the opportunity of depriving him to take part in anything, is worked on so that he comes back to a situation prior to this absolutely grotesque trial, which is done to him so that he can effectively participate in the political events of his country. Today, he cannot do that, and it is the ECOWAS court to decide, because we have more confidence in the Nigerian justice.
Parce que nous n'avons plus confiance dans la justice nigérienne.